welcome to Live at Trades. I'm Jess Perkins and we are in fact live at Trades. We're at Trades Hall, one of the many venues that will be hosting the 535 different shows that are being performed this year as part of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Tonight we're going to be having a look over the 30 years history of the festival. We're going to be chatting to some comedians. We're also going to be talking about Comedy Zone, which is a showcase show put on by the Comedy Festival, where they host some of the best up-and-coming new talent in the country, which is pretty exciting. I happen to be part of that show this year, so full disclosure, I will be talking it up a lot. We've got heaps and heaps to look at. Trades is getting really busy. There's heaps of people around, so it's looking pretty good. What we're going to do firstly, though, is have a look at the 30-year history of the Comedy Festival. I'm here with Sam Taunton and Angus Gordon, who are part. I don't need the mic. I have one.
Hi, Mum.
They're part of the Comedy Zone with me. So we've got heaps of people coming in tonight, which is awesome actually, because my mum and my parents are coming tonight. So
they'll love you.
Hopefully I get a good response from them. But we need to get more people in. So we've got Pat McCaffrey and Andrew Wolf down at Town Hall. They're still flying down there. And what I want you guys to do, I've set you a challenge.
No, don't do that.
I want to see how many tickets you guys can sell, or like how many flyers you can give out by the time, not to me,
One.
I don't count. I don't count, it's not how the game works. Okay, can you do that? Angus, you haven't said anything yet, are you alive?
When I heard I was doing this, I was like, well, at least I'm not flying.
Well, you are flying, my friend.
Turns out I am flying.
Get out there, there's plenty of people around having a drink. Actually, yeah, okay, that's your challenge. Go get rid of all them, including that one. Oh, it's useless to me. All right.
Look, it's actually a very good show.
It's a great show. We're going to go to a break. Go, get going.
Is that good?
Skedaddle, go. Hi, welcome back to Live at Trades. We are still at Trades Hall, and I'm joined by the lovely Simon Taylor.
Hey, I found this microphone and I thought I'd come chat to you.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling a bit left out because I have one on me.
Well, this is where the fun is. I'm official.
You're official.
Hi, welcome to Trades Hall. I'm Simon Taylor. The Comedy Festival's happening. See, I feel like I got some authority now with this thing.
I'll go sit down.
I couldn't do that before I found this. Like, no, come back. I missed you already.
I'll go over here.
Come back.
Tell me about, because you're doing a show here at Trades.
Yes, just around here.
Just around the corner. Mm-hmm. It's called Human.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about Human.
Well, it's an exploration of identity, feeling like you don't belong in your own country. Who are we? What are we doing here? Because in Australia, sometimes you feel like if you're from overseas or your parents are migrated, you don't belong because you're not white enough. But then when you're white, you'd be like, yeah, I don't belong because I'm not male enough. And then when you're a male, you're like, well, I'm not alpha male enough. Yeah. And the alpha male's like, well, I don't fit in because no one likes me being a bloke. So no one feels like they fit in this country sometimes. So this show is all about where we fit in and feeling okay to be yourself.
Aww, what a nice message.
Yeah.
And where did that sort of come from? From like, you've done a lot of travelling. Is that sort of where this has come from?
Yeah, I've done a lot of travelling, and it's really just about connecting with people, trying to learn different languages as I travel. Yeah. So I can speak Italiano. I think that's Italian. Is that Italian?
Un
po' Italiano. Je m'appelle Simon, trying to speak some French. So it's basically trying to pick all these little bits of languages to connect with people, and how I fail miserably sometimes and embarrass myself.
Right, but that's what...
So come and laugh at me embarrassing myself.
That's what comedy's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Embarrassing ourselves. So,
Oh, sorry, I just said how embarrassing. See, comedy. Example.
Now, the festival's turning 30 this year, so there's been a lot of fuss around that.
Oh my God, getting old. I noticed some grey hairs around the festival.
Yeah, there's a few. And how many festivals have you been involved in?
6. I've been involved in 6.
Awesome.
Yes, this is my 6th year.
Not all solo shows, or?
Yeah, all solo shows.
All solos, that's
yeah.
awesome.
I started with magic on the down low. I did a bit of comedy magic.
Yeah, nice.
And then it eventually became
Less magic.
less magic, more comedy.
Yeah, cool.
Comedy.
Yeah.
And it's been a good transition because it allowed me almost like, so I did magic and I did like 5 minutes of stand-up at the start of the show, and then it became 10 minutes of stand-up and then 30 minutes of stand-up, and now I'm doing a full hour of stand-up.
And no magic.
Oh no, that's not true.
Is there a little bit?
Maybe there's a little bit of magic this year.
Just a little teaser there for you.
Maybe
What
there's
to
a little bit of magic this year. Oh, what?
Can you follow me around and do that always?
Yeah, just do that all the time.
Because the festival is such an exhausting time. I feel like I need
You need a little bit of sparkle. Exactly.
How do you survive the festival? We were talking about that the other day. How do you get through it?
So it's a marathon, basically.
Yeah.
So I sing a little bit in my show. I use my voice a lot. I project. So you got to do that at about 80%. So I'm sorry if you come to my show, you're only seeing me at 80%. But come see it a couple of times to get the full experience. You just got to not go crazy every single night performance-wise. Conserve your energy. Don't drink. Don't smoke. Don't take anything illicit. Don't have any friends. Don't do anything but go do your jokes. Go home and sleep. Go do your jokes. Go home and sleep. And then hopefully you get rich and famous and all your problems will be solved.
Oh, we're just selling so many.
I know, I have all the answers.
You've got it all.
I've worked it all out.
Can you do my tax as well?
No, I've never done. No, I'm in a lot of trouble right now. I just went and did my shows and slept. I didn't do any tax. The government's after me. I shouldn't be here. Oh my God, they're going to find me.
I haven't even done my washing.
Oh no.
Now there's 535 shows on. Did you know that?
Crazy, 535.
Insane. Have you seen any shows yet? Like I haven't had a chance to see many.
One. No, that's not true. I've seen a lot of the lineup shows. See, I like the lineup shows. You go to the 5 at 5. That's at Imperial. There's things like the early show, the X-Fed. I'm sure there's things on here at Trades Hall. I realise we should be plugging Trades Hall.
Yeah.
Trades Hall is great. There's heaps of stuff. Comedy Zone's amazing. Well, Comedy Zone's great because you get to see just a little snippet of a bunch of different comics, especially really selected comics. You look at you.
We got picked.
Fancy. You were picked. They were hand-picked.
Yeah.
So the Comedy Festival decided these are the best new up-and-comers. So that's a great show to see. Go see lineup shows, and I enjoy that because I like a little appetizer of a few different comics.
And are there any sort of bigger shows, maybe solo shows that you are kind of enthusiastic to see?
I'm enthusiastic about Sam Simmons. I really enjoy him. I like my friend Tegan Higginbotham. I like my friend Bart Freebarn. I like Nick Cody. These are my mates. And I actually hope to see Daniel Sloss as well because he's from overseas and I haven't seen him before. Kyle Kinane is another buddy of mine I want to see.
So many. And make sure you come down to Trades and check out Simon's show. He's here till the 17th, 8:15.
Magic.
Hey, we're going to go to a break or a package? I don't even know.
We're going to go to something that's other than us.
Yeah, probably not us. Sorry.
I'm the only one in the showcase that is a parent, and I'm the Queensland guy.
I have a family now myself, and I have a little 2-year-old boy, and it's hard work. Don't get me wrong, I love my family. I wouldn't trade it for anything except to be single and not have a family, obviously. I'm not stupid, you know what I mean? I want to live too, man, you know what I mean?
Both my parents were born in Egypt. I was actually born in Saudi Arabia. I've never lived in the same city for more than 2 years, except Melbourne.
We're not all that aggressive. It's a handful of people. It's a handful of people in like Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Iran, Afghanistan, Sydney, Coburg, Falkner, and Broadmeadows that ruin it for the rest of us.
We've got a room that seats 115, so even if that's just half full every night, that's stacks of people coming, and we're really well looked after, so yeah, I suppose that's exciting.
You get to do a show with other talented people, included myself in there.
Motor racing is with me, right? It's come through our city, and it's just noisy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just so much noise, motor racing, when it comes to town. And I don't even reckon it's the cars that make all the noise either. I reckon it's all the bogans who are watching going, yeah, yeah.
It's a great honor. It's the way I think life is telling me you're doing the right thing. Keep going.
To be a Latino in Australia is like, g'day mate, how you going? Where you from? I'm from Venezuela. Venezuela, that's great! Where the is that? That's between Colombia and Brazil. That's awesome! So you're Mexican, right?
I think this year's Comedy Zone is going to be obviously the best one ever, but also I think it's going to be super solid.
I feel like I've become that friend. I'm like, yeah, I'll be the next Steve Jobs. And then I look into the blackened TV screen and I'm doing my TV face, you know this? And I realise I'm not Steve Jobs.
When you're with like a group of friends and you know most of them and there's one person that you don't know that well, so you're trying to get to know them, you're talking to them and you offer them a chip from your chip packet and they go to take the chip and they put their hand inside and you just slowly clasp.
Hey there, it's that time of year again. Time for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Is there something going on here?
One way to find out. We've got 3 angles.
I regret that I never learnt how to read or write. So, I think that's what that says. I never got to say goodbye to my granddad before he died. That's a genuine regret.
I know what I look like, right? I know I have a weird face because no one's ever told me I look like a celebrity, but upwards of 20 people have told me I look like Dory from Finding Nemo. Like my ex-boyfriend, people used to tell him, don't worry, like there are plenty more women that look like fish.
Hey, I'm Jess Perkins. Welcome back to Live. We're at the Bell's Backyard at Trades Hall. A few people mingling around between shows. We're going to check in with Sam and Angus here.
Yo.
Can I go in the middle, please?
Get in the middle,
Thank
Jess.
you. So we set the boys a challenge earlier to give away as many flyers, sell as many tickets for our show tonight as they could. How have you gone so far? I saw you both running around a bit.
I've gotten rid of 18 so far.
18?
But I paid 15 people to take them.
Okay.
There's just not a lot of foot traffic at trades outside. You know, that's why most comedians fly outside town hall.
Yeah, and that's why we've got the 2 boys still at town.
Yeah, but the challenge was here, so you're asking us about here, so...
Okay, well, you don't have to come up with excuses. I don't want your excuses, I want results.
I'm just doing like a fair analysis of the situation.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
There's structural reasons.
There's still time. We've still got another hour before our show starts.
Our show's going very well.
So you've got time.
We don't have to come up with gimmicky things to try and plug it.
We're going to go to an ad break, and
it's
these
very
2 are
good.
going to try and sell some more tickets, hopefully.
No, people will come of the quality of the stand-up.
Yeah, I know they will. It's part of the game. Can you just be a team player?
No.
All right, off you go, Sammy. It's all on you then.
It's all me.
on you. All right, okay. Can you just go and sell some
I'd actually thought this segment had finished earlier.
Can you just go sell some tickets, please? Welcome back to Live at Trades. I'm Jess Perkins and we're still hanging out here at Trades Hall. I'm joined by the wonderful Laura Donovan. Hi, Laura.
Hello, everybody. Home watching Channel 31. Hello, Jess.
Hello. We just noticed that we're wearing matching outfits.
Yeah, well, we've got a bit of variance in the t-shirt.
I'm sorry, I let you down.
But we've both got denim jacket.
We like our black jeans.
Black jeans and tan sandals.
Tan sandals. It's the
look.
It's the comedian's uniform.
Yeah.
And
brown hair. Brown hair. You can't do it unless you've got brown hair.
You want to be a comedian in this country, dye your hair brown.
Yeah.
Or remain brown if you are a natural brunette.
Yeah, we've come dressed in uniform.
People don't know that this is a job. It's a real job.
We'll just get high fives there.
We'll make that into a GIF later.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, we want to talk a little bit about your show that you're doing here at Trades Hall. It's Time for Death.
Yes, it's called It's Time for Death, and it's a stand-up show that I do.
Yep.
And it's all about my crippling fear of death and dying that I have that is getting worse by every single day.
Great. And you know, it's good to address these sorts of issues through comedy.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually improved, like because I'm quite compulsive. about my fear of death, and it's actually improved it a lot. It's clarified my thinking.
It's cathartic. Comedy can be so healing.
I write in the bio that my therapist recommended that I have like a lot of therapy to rectify the problem, but that I just did a comedy show, and it's actually worked just as
well,
good.
and probably cheaper.
Yeah,
marginally. Not a lot, but a bit.
Yeah.
Now, you did this show as well at the Melbourne Fringe, right?
I did,
And that did really well. Like, I heard very good things. I think, again, because we're at the same time, or pretty much the same time
We're
here,
not going to be able to see each other.
We're not going to be able to see each other. And I'm 90% sure it was the same at Melbourne Fringe. I didn't get to see the show.
Probably.
But people raved about it. So
I was happy with it at Melbourne Fringe, and that's why I decided to do it again here.
Yeah,
I would not do it here if it didn't go well.
Smart. Because this is your debut solo, isn't it?
It is, for Comedy Festival, definitely.
Yeah.
No, but I was happy with it, and I just made a couple of like little changes here and there, and now I am really happy with it. I feel like I've hit a bit of a rhythm with it now. Every performance is a little bit easier than the next. Still has its little challenges here and there, but overall I'm enjoying myself.
And it's fun. Like, it's the first few shows you are sort of finding your legs, and then...
Yeah, but I kind of really like that I like that uneasiness. Like, I like that things could really get real quickly. Yeah. And then to see your own progression and see it get better and see yourself handling it better as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's really nice to see that development.
Yeah.
So I'll just give myself a pat on the back.
Good job.
Feeling really good about myself.
Now, we were saying...
Thank
you. I always need a pat on the back. We were saying before there's 535 shows in the Comedy Festival this year.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Have you been out to see many shows?
I've seen a few. I didn't in the first week because I was just, focusing my mind. But I saw Dave Callan, who's also here at Trades, with his dance show, and that's fantastic. Yeah. And then I also saw Michael Williams, who's here at Trades as well. He does like comic animation stuff, which was awesome.
He's got one of the best show titles too, I reckon. Yeah, it's like Evening with Michael Williams, who is trapped under a boulder.
Under a boulder.
Great.
Yeah,
love it.
He is. That's what the show is.
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
And the boulder is really well made. There's a lot of art and craft.
Oh, okay.
That goes into it. I'm not going to give anything away,
no
but
spoilers.
It has eyes.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And are there shows that you're looking forward to seeing? Any like acts that you want to see?
I really want to see. There's a lot of acts that I know I'm not going to be able to see.
Yeah, that's
just
heartbreaking. Yeah.
I really want to see like a lot of other female comedians like Anne Edmonds and Geraldine Hickey as well, but they're on at the exact same time as me, so I don't think that's going to happen.
It's just kind of selfish of them, really.
Yeah, and I saw True Australian Patriots the other night, and that was fantastic. And I'll try and see a few people on, because my show's on at 8:30, and so I'll try and see a few people that are like at 6 o'clock or really late at night. I saw Nat Harris, who's on here. She's in the room like directly before me.
Yep.
I watched her and her show's awesome.
Yep.
But it was a pretty quick turnaround to get myself ready.
It's hard to do. It's tough to do.
Yeah, I had to write my set list out quite a few times. I am under pressure.
This is gonna end.
I don't know how this is gonna go.
Well, make sure you come down and check out Laura's show. She's on at 8:30 all the way through till the 17th.
Yes, 8:30 at Trades Hall all through till the 17th of April.
She's in the room just across from me.
2016.
Just to date this for sure.
Melbourne, Australia, the world, universe.
Thank you so much for having a chat.
That's right. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. We're gonna throw to a package.
Thanks, Jess Perkins, you delicious monkey. I don't even know what that means, but I know where I am, and I'm at the front of the Arts Centre here in Melbourne, just gearing up for the 30th anniversary of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. There's an epic display in there, so I've been told. It's called Humour Us. It's on for the entirety of the comedy festival. You can go in and see it and just see awesome photos and footage of all this comedy festival stuff. Make sure you go and see it. I'll be chatting to awesome comedians and epic people during the comedy festival, so just continue watching, you delightful human beings, you. I'm here with Susan Proven, the Festival Director of Comedy Festival. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm wondering about, the festival's been around for 30 years. What has kept the festival thriving for so long?
I think
the collective genius of all the comedians who want to do stuff every year, and having 30 years makes you look back at so many people who've participated, and it grew out of Melbourne, it grew out of fabulous venues that Melbourne had and comedians that were living in Melbourne, but it's expanded to bring in comedians from all over Australia, and every year new ones are inspired to come and take part.
So I'm here at the 30th anniversary of the Comedy Festival at the Humour Us exhibition, chatting to the lovely Denise Scott.
Lovely indeed, very, very lovely.
Can you tell me a little bit about it? Like, how did this sort of come about, and how did you feel wearing it?
This was the costume that Judith Lucy, the late Linda Gibson and myself wore in a show in 2003. And for various reasons that year, the show we'd gotten together wasn't up to scratch. So we came up with a cunning plan that if we wore this simple, flesh-coloured leotard with texture, pubic hair, with no explanation, the audience would be distracted from the fact that the show itself wasn't too good. And it worked a dream.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Treat. Absolute treat. Highly recommend. Anyone dreading an event, thinks they're not up to scratch, put this on.
Right now I'm chatting with Rod Contock.
You are, and I'm chatting with Phoebe.
Oh, you are, and you know my name. Fancy. So we're standing in the exhibition of Humour Us. I know you're doing a tour on April 2nd.
I think I'm doing 3.
Oh, you're doing 3? Oh, well, fantastic.
It'll only be 1, I don't mind, whichever.
More opportunity to see you, I guess. Do you have any sort of little sneaky stories that maybe up your sleeve that you can share with us that you'll be showing the people when they come through?
I have... Oh, so many stories. But no, the stories will be inspired by what's on the wall. Yeah. I mean, I'd love to tell you one now, but no, it'll be, and everyone will be different.
We are standing in front of your very own, Trevor.
Trevor.
So, can you tell us a little bit about Trevor? He looks like he's not in a great shape at the moment.
No, Trevor's very old. Trevor's been around Australia with me in different places, and he came to me with me to the Edinburgh Festival in 1988. And he's been in the Performing Arts Museum for about 15 years, I think, at least 15 years. And he's become extremely brittle, as you can see.
So we just saw a wonderful display of the Humour Us exhibition here at the Arts Centre, all about the 30 years Melbourne International Comedy Festival has been showcasing beautiful comedy throughout the years. We chatted to some wonderful guests like Susan Provan, the festival director, comedians like Denise Scott and Rod Contock. What a beautiful human being he is. So is Denise. Everyone's great here. Especially you, Jess Perkins, you delightful, delightful lady. So back to you.
Thanks, Phoebe. All right, I've got Angus and Sam here. So earlier I set them a challenge to give out as many flyers as they could so that people can come down to see our show, the Comedy Zone, which is a showcase show. Let's do the pitch. Showcase show, handpicked.
5 of the best emerging...
Australia's brightest breakthrough apprentices are ready to get to work in the Comedy Zone. Handpicked by the festival, this super crew have been developing their tools of the trade, expertly equipped to become the high-vis comics of tomorrow. Today. Don't miss this chance to see them in action.
So you can see them before they're super famous is the idea, I guess.
Normally about two of the 5 become quite successful. So a game you can play at home is come and watch, and then think who I think should be famous, and then wait several years, and then see who is famous.
That'll be a fun game.
If that matches up with who you thought would be famous.
Yeah, cool. Now look, more importantly, earlier I set you a challenge.
It could be everyone.
Okay.
It's unlikely.
Yeah.
There's
I might
outliers.
just take that. I might take that. Give that to Sam. So
Right, okay.
earlier
Finally,
I set you a challenge. to see how many flyers you guys could give away. Sammy, how many did you give away?
I gave away 62.
I don't think you did. Okay.
I gave away 62.
He's a little liar.
How
I gave
many?
away 62. I definitely gave away 62. Ask anyone. Look behind
How many did you give away, Angus?
I said, look, I was the one that said we should actually do flyering, and then he was like, "There's no one around. Let's come back."
I gave
and then
away,
he lies.
look how many I had before. Now I've only got this many.
That doesn't mean anything.
Just come down and see the show, 8:15.
I'll give you a flyer.
All the way until the 17th of April. Here at Trades Hall.
8:15.
I said 8:15.
Did you say 8:15?
I said 8:15.
Well, it's important that
I feel like we've plugged the show enough.
It's good.
Great show.
I'm taking the mic away from you because I don't want it. Just enough. All right.
Well, I was speaking to the lapel.
Thank you for watching the project.
Thank you for watching.
My name's Sam Thornton and it's been
Live
great.
at Trades.
Welcome back to Sunday Arts.
Just do a wave with me, would you?
This week, we're talking about minimalism.